Hello everyone, my name is Decker Link, the trained unprofessional, and welcome back to Repeat. We're trying to rush our way through the Owen run so we can get to the day 9 when we actually make the choice, and I'm probably only going to be doing one of these today because I'm running out of space on my computer. I need to do editing and shit today. I'm wearing red because I'm recording on National Women's Day and they bleed a lot, so why I gotta be an asshole? Shit. Alright, let's just keep going. I got a theory brewing that the corrupted wish is actually Echo, and that the wish that the 6-year-old gave was to die or something. And Bree is now home. Day 7, we're getting closer. Also, it turns out that Sissel doesn't have one of the objects, like how Owen has the crane and Philip has the thing. He doesn't have that, so me getting the jade coin not only is not, I didn't fuck up there, but also confirmed by Shirokoi, the paths don't officially start until day 9. So, fortunately, I don't have to worry about fucking up too terribly bad beforehand. But I still kind of want to show as much of the scenes as possible, but there's still going to be stuff that I don't get to show you, and that's why you should fucking get the game yourself and support the creator and all that other shit. So cool, do that. Helping Corliss with boxes. That's fun. Okay, so this is different because last time I took a picture of the jade coin, and that was showcased in the episode called What the Actual Fuck, because what the actual fuck? So now, we're seeing what the crane could do. Nice little thank you to Owen instead of Philip. So take the picture, and let's see what it shows us, because it's going to show us some fucked up shit like it did with Philip, or is it just going to be like, I was falling, memories and images, said this last time, distant radio, who am I, who am. Alright. Let's take a glimpse into Owen's past. It was a warm summer afternoon like any other. Mom was feeling sick again, so he spent the week cheering her up and listening to her stories. Today she was teaching him how to fold paper into fun little shapes. He liked the bird one. Oh, look at him! He's a little kid. He's so happy. He's so friggin' happy. The mom looks very well dressed too. Owen sat on his mother's lap, watching his mother's hands intently. Well, wow, Mom, that's amazing! You just fold a few times and poof, it's a birdie! Not quite so simple, but that's the gist of it. Would you like to learn how to do it yourself? Of course! I want to make lots and lots of them, with lots of different colors, too! They can keep you company in your room until you feel better, Mom! You're always so sweet, Owen. You know, this reminds me of an old story. They say if you make 1,000 of these paper cranes, one of your wishes will come true. Really? Owen pondered this for a moment and then grinned excitedly up at his mother. Then I'll do it. I'll fold 1,000 paper cranes. Oh, and what would you wish for, dear? I wish for what?
I told you that story.
Yeah, you did.
It's a sad story.
Yes, it is. I wish for you to feel better soon. And then we can... Shut up. Then we can call Dad back home and do family stuff together. We'd have dinner and go on picnics and tell stories. It'd be great. Well, here's how to see how that got fucked up. His mom's probably dead and his dad probably abused the shit out of him. Let's see. Oh, he's sad. He's crying now. Wannabes are crying, wow! It'll be alright. Everything's gonna be okay. I just have to make 1,000 and my wish will come true and my mom will get better. Everything will be better. This is very hard to do with you being around. Get out of here. I just have to make 1,000. So he tried. I'm guessing it failed, seeing as how he never mentions his mom. I fell out of my chair and scrambled across the floor, my heart hammering rapidly against my chest. What the hell was that? Is that Owen's memories? Did I just see Owen's past? And did I just by snapping a photo? No, this can't be real. I took plenty of photos before this one, and no crazy flashbacks ever happened before. Okay, so this is literally just the same thing that we've seen already, but with the name switched. Should I tell him? No. Keep it to myself. Good. Get some sleep. Day 8. Alright, this is where we get the speech from the flowers, but I already have all of that written down. I literally wrote it all down on the back of a picture of my brother. So very important. Talking about Monday mornings are the bane of everyone's existence. When did this turn into a fucking Garfield comic? Owen in Philip's room, absolutely. It'd be nice to get to hang out with Philip or Owen for the day. Well, Philip's probably busy with his overloaded class schedule. Maybe Owen will be around. Let's see if Owen is around at the thing and the stuff. I leisurely stroll through the dorm halls toward Owen's dorm. Usually there's some muffled sounds of playful bickering coming from their rooms, but surprisingly quiet today. I give the door a soft knock. Yo, come in! Oh, hey, John, for what do I owe this pleasure? Nothing much, just figured we could hang out. Wait, are you knitting? Sure enough, Owen steadily knitted away at his desk with a large pile of colorful yarn. I used to ring crochet. I still have it, as a matter of fact. I started it back at my first house, and I add to it every time I move or something. Like I add a ball of yarn to the big ball of yarn, and I ring crochet, and it's just gonna be this long-ass thing. So I'm looking forward to that. Looked like he was making some sort of red scarf. Yep, it was a little hobby of mine. Why does everyone look so surprised when they find out? You have to admit, it doesn't really fit your whole athletic jock picture. It seems more like something Philip would be into. Oh, Philip loves it too, just for an entirely different reason. He keeps stealing my yarn balls and rolling around in them. Fit that into your picture. He really does that? I thought that kind of thing was mostly cat stereotypes. At least he's playing with your balls, not in the ways you want. There's plenty more where that came from. The other day I was vacuuming the floor and Philip screamed and bolted under the bed. He made me swear never to vacuum around him again. You should have seen him. His fur was standing straight up. He looked like a complete fluff ball. Makes me wonder what he'd do if we gave him catnip. John, no. Philip would literally kill us. It's a cause worth dying for. I'd like to keep my head on my shoulders, thank you very much. Come on, Owen, think of the possibilities. We could become famous cat video YouTubers. We'll be rich. Ah. You're digging at me now. Never done a cat video, but... John, I'm kinda already rich. I was already only half listening by now as ideas swam rapidly through my head. What other things could we do? Do you think Philip's afraid of cucumbers? Or maybe we could get him to snuggle into a cardboard box. All the cat things! All of the cat things! Or maybe... Oh, shit. What's the matter? This morning, Philip stole a little pigeon from our art class. Oh, no. What if he's gonna eat it? I'm sure you're just exaggerating, John. But what if? Philip could be enjoying a bloody and foul feast right now, and we're just sitting here doing nothing. Oh, that poor bird. We gotta catch this on camera. What about the bird? Who cares about the bird? There's a million others like it. Jesus Christ. I just want to make a viral video. John, you're horrible. Click. We froze as the doorknob suddenly began turning. It's Philip! Quick, hide in the closet. Owen and I leapt through the closet door and squeezed ourselves between the coats and jackets. Not a moment too soon, Philip strolls into the room in an oddly cheerful manner. You said you could hear them from outside. There's no way in hell that Philip didn't hear them, especially with cat ears. Owen? Weird. He's usually around this time of day. I strained against the cloth prison and took a closer look at Philip. Who knew such an innocent-looking little guy could be such a ferocious hunter? Wait a second. Owen, do you see that? Blood! Owen and I crashed out of the closet and nearly scared Philip half to death. Philip, how could you? That poor pigeon did nothing wrong. How could you eat him like that heartless bastard? I know you're a cat, but you have to resist those killer instincts. What? Owen, John! What are you even talking about? Explain yourself, Philip. Why are you covered in blood and feathers? Why did you have to eat the pigeon? You mean this one? Squawk! It's alive! Then why are you covered in blood? This is red paint from the art class earlier. Oh. Then what about the feathers? The little burb is shedding at the moment. It's not called shedding, it's called molting. I helped with a bit of grooming. Oh. My turn to ask questions. Cat? Killer instincts? I didn't think you two would peg me with stupid stereotypes. Oh, we're sorry. We come in with blood and stuff, and we kind of panicked. But please forgive us. Yeah, we're sorry. Kinda disappointed in you two right now. Buy me coffee for a week, and we'll call it even. Consider it done. Philip, I gotta ask, isn't you roll around with yarn balls? Who told you that? Owen, did you? I'm sorry! Out, out, out! You two are so dead! We're sorry! And so Philip led us on a crazy cat chase for the rest of the afternoon. Oh, that's so funny. Having fun. Y'all. Funny thing. Shirokoi put out a tweet that said that he wants to get the update for Repeat out by March 10th, life willing. And I was like, am I to take it that I need to rush? He's like, no, take your sweet time. There's no rush. Just continue doing what you've been doing. Thank God he isn't being impatient with me. Alright, let us continue. See, even here, it's like you can see underneath, like his arms are going away, but his head, there's like a little slit. Looks like that could be where his eye was, like, and the rope that's connecting his camera is looking more and more like a noose. Like, I'm really starting to think that Echo corrupts into the corrupted wish that goes crazy. He's trying to avoid doing the wish, but he can't keep on doing the wish, so he puts off doing the wish, which turns to make him corrupted, wants to do the wish, but I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. And then, like, Hallie's wish is to save him, and so he goes sent back in time or something. He kills her or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm really interested, though. There are a lot of people who said they have theories, and fortunately they're being very kind and keeping them to themselves so I don't get any spoilers, because I'm really interested in what's going on right now. Maybe John is a wish. That seems like a little too much. I mean, that would explain why they look similar. I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. See, this is where she says, at this rate, he'll rot and fester into a corrupted wish, insane and incapable of humane thought. See, that really makes me think that Echo turns into the corrupted wish. Alright, here is the choices. Philip's route is currently unavailable. The other save file is Sissel. Owen, motherfucker! We're doing Owen's run now! You blew him, now you're gonna help him in other ways. And there was a painful gnawing at my chest as I thought about that constantly smiling doofus. There was always something odd about him. I hope he's alright. Speaking of which, where was he? I haven't seen a peep of him today. Well, sitting here on my ass ain't gonna help. Time to search. I wandered around the campus for a solid hour, but didn't catch a single glimpse of Owen. I tried calling him too, but my messages just weren't going through. Did Owen turn off his phone for some reason? With a disheartened sigh, I trotted back into the courtyard. Where could he be? Huh? Was that Mrs. Corliss? The old teacher was wandering around the courtyard as well. Their worried look etched across her face. Her expression softened when she caught sight of me walking towards her. Oh, John, how are you today? I pray my absence yesterday didn't interrupt classes too much. It was interesting. By the way, have you seen Owen around today? I've been trying to find him, but no luck. What a coincidence. I'm looking for him as well. Owen has a history of becoming disquiet. I don't know what that means. Around the time of Visitor's Day. It's a yearly habit for him to just disappear during these few days. Is it because his family's bad history with the city? Perhaps. It's clear that this situation makes him uncomfortable. Mrs. Corliss sighed, her breath heavy with concern. John, I do hope you managed to find him. It'd do him some good to have friendly company at a time like this. Bottling up his feelings and ignoring the world can't be good for his health. But I've looked almost everywhere, and there's not a peep of him. Do you think he's gone home? I highly doubt that. Owen hasn't gone home in years. It's well known he lives solely at the academy. However, there's a good chance he's somewhere off campus. You've got a point. I've only looked around the school so far. Thanks for the advice, Mrs. Corliss. I'll do my best to find him. Thank you, John. Best of luck. Out of all the pictures, I just don't like this one. This one, I don't like it. I don't know. It makes this school look like it's a courthouse, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't. All the other pictures that show like the academy make it look big. So I'm like, this one just, I don't know. I don't know. I was already halfway off campus before I realized the city was huge. It was huge. Where the hell was I going to start looking? Echo, you there? Oh, Jesus. Yo, you called? Echo suddenly broke into a rasping cough. For a good minute. Like, the one time I don't need to cough is the one time fucking before steadying himself. Sorry about that. I've been feeling a bit under the weather. You sure you're okay? I'll be perfectly fine. Stop worrying so much. I can't help it when your face is literally splitting apart. I'm fine. Anyway, what do you need? Right. Can you use your ghostly wishy powers to find Owen for me? Well, that's easy enough. I'd suggest looking on Derry Street. Derry Street? Isn't that with a rich people neighborhood? Why would Owen go there? Call it my ghostly wishy intuition. See, I am useful sometimes. Tell Hallie to shut up if you see her again. Will do. Thanks for the advice. Aw. I hate to see him go so bad. He's just trying his best to make things work. Oh. That Echo disappears from view again. With new determination bubbling in my chest, I grabbed my phone and pulled up Google Maps. Derry Street. Derry Street. You know, for someone who's lived here my entire life, I really should know the city better than I currently do. Ooh, this looks like a nice San Francisco city street. So, this is Derry Street. I've never been to this side of town before. Now I can see why. This street is lined with pretentiously gaudy houses and painfully green lawns. There's even fences that scream, "You ain't good enough to live here," to us common folk. At least it was fairly quiet here. There's barely any traffic or people around. I shook my head furiously. Okay, John, focus. Echo said Owen should be somewhere around here. Where could he... Oh, there he is. I spot a tall orange figure swinging a tennis racket under the large willow tree. Oh, wait, that's not tennis, that's badminton. He's only using one of the He's using one of those feathery shuttles instead of a ball. Owen was playing with himself, bouncing the shuttle against the tree in a lonely, never-ending game. His face was scrunched up in bitter concentration as he tried to keep the feather shuttle in the air. I wince as Owen smacks the shuttle again. He's hitting the thing pretty hard. I sighed and casually walked up behind him. Well, that's a weird way to vent. Looks cool as hell, though. Mind if I join you? Huh? John, what are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. I reached out and grabbed a spare racket before knocking the shuttle out of the air towards him. Owen's startled stare soon turned into his usual cheery grin as he knocked the shuttle back, a rhythm slowly forming between us. The rhythmic bouncing of the ball continued as I struggled to start a conversation. Say, Owen, there's something I want to tell you. What is it? Okay, when this came up for Philip, I didn't know what to say. So I'll just say, like, I'm here for you. This is getting some silly music to be saying something so nice, but what is it? You know what? Never mind. I don't know what to say there. Like, with the whole what do you wish thing, people told me to say, I want to live. I typed in I wish to live, and then I typed in I want to live, but didn't change anything. I don't know what I'm supposed to say there. I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything there, or if anything I say there matters, so I don't fucking know. There was an awkward silence between us as we continued our game of badminton. Whatever I had to say completely slipped my mind. Nice. So, why the disappearing act today? Mrs. Corliss was pretty worried. Something on your mind? You could say that. I looked at Owen carefully. Despite his smile, he looks rather withdrawn today. Owen, if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm all ears. I mean, I kinda suck at giving advice, but I can still listen if you want to vent. Owen laughed bitterly. You sure? The neighbors say I've got a lot of issues. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't mean it. Owen suddenly struck the ball so hard I almost missed it on the return. He let out a dreary sigh. It's just that all this talk about Visitors' Day is getting irritating. I can see that. It's pretty much just a bragging day for teachers and parents anyway. There's more to it than that. Owen chewed on his lip as he struggled for words. Seeing other kids meet up with their parents and just spend a day together. It hurts, John. It hurts to spend the day alone and just wonder, where's my family? Why am I alone? Owen missed the ball and watched it bounce raggedly down the street. Sorry, I'm being a big baby again, aren't I? I mean, Cecil's got no parents and he's just doing fine. But Cecil's an orphan. Owen breathed out heavily and sat down at the base of the willow tree, exhausted. My dad's still here. Honestly, that makes it hurt even more. Is that why you decided to skip school today? Yeah, and I'm probably going to skip tomorrow too. I'm just too tired to deal with everything. I sat down next to Owen and wrapped a comforting arm around his shoulder, the two of us looking out into the beautiful, empty street. No one can fault you for taking a break, Owen. You're dealing with a lot of baggage. Thanks, John. You always find a way to cheer me up even when I'm moping. You're always welcome. By the way, why did you come to Derry Street of all places? I mean, this place is nice, but why here specifically? This is the neighborhood where I grew up. Owen pointed down the street where a surprisingly unextraordinary white house stood. When I was little, my mom would play badminton with me on this street. Of course, I'd miss the shuttle all the time and run everywhere to chase it down. Is that why you're so buff? Owen chuckled and rested his head on top of mine, my face resting into his shoulder. It was a real workout, to be sure. He pointed towards the front entrance of the house fondly. My butler would be watching us from the door and prepare snacks whenever we got tired. You had a butler? Didn't you hear? I'm a spoiled rich kid. No other servants, though. It was just me, my mom, and our butler. Owen's smile slowly waned as he stared wistfully at his home against the afternoon sun. And then Mom passed away. This place feels so empty without her. I wrapped my arms around one of Owen's, the two of us just staring silently at the memory of a home. Hey, do you want to go home? I know you haven't been back in a while, or maybe just for a short visit? I'm sure at least your butler misses you. Owen let out a bitter laugh. I'd rather not. Seeing it brings back too many memories. I've been living at BriAnna Academy for 7 years anyway. I thought it was 5. It'd be weird to suddenly go back. You never went home? BriAnna is my home now. Owen shook his head dismissively and stood up, grabbing his badminton racket as he did. Well, since we're here, you want to humor me with a few more rounds? I grumbled and grabbed my racket as well. That sounds like a dangerous amount of exercise. Go easy on me, will ya? Man. I feel bad now, because in the beginning I was like all mad at Owen, because he was just like the doesn't take no for an answer kind of guy, but now there's so much more to anyone than just what seems on the surface. It's this fucking story of life, really. Not even just this game, but life in general. The afternoon slowly wore on as the two of us played several more matches of badminton. Owen seemed more cheerful, but contemplative. I seemed like a panting and sweaty mess. Sports really wasn't my cup of tea. How the hell does Owen keep talking and playing at the same time? I fumbled down in the shade with a huff, ankles sore and arms burning. Owen laughed as he jogged over and handed me a water bottle, which I accepted gratefully. What, you done already? Give me a break, man. This is the most I've moved in years. Are you kidding? This is barely even a workout. I shook my head in disgust as I greedily gulped the water down in my burning throat. Athletes are all masochists, aren't they? I would say so. I don't know about you, but I'm still parched and starving. Wanna go grab a bite to eat? I'm not sure that's a good idea. Most restaurants around here kick me out the moment they see me. Usually screaming, "Fuck off, Loreley," or something along those lines. Jesus. Well, come on, Owen, it'll be fine. I know this really nice cafe near the school. I'm sure people there will like you. You mean the one Sissel works at? Yeah. I'm not sure if you noticed, but Sissel and I don't really get along much. And, I'm pretty sure Sissel's boss would gut me if he ever saw me again. It's, probably best if I just order takeout or something. I placed my hands on my hips and frowned. You're just exaggerating. I mean, Sissel's a little grouchy sometimes, but things can't be that bad. You really don't know how much this city hits my family, do you? John, I have to pay people to go to the store and buy groceries for me. People refuse to let me into their businesses. Rocks are thrown and beatings happen occasionally, too, if I'm not careful at night. I bit my lip and winced. Do people really hate your family that much? Owen shrugged nonchalantly as he gathered up his badminton rackets into his sports bag. The Loreley family's pretty powerful and influential in the business world, especially in the local area. My father had a rather aggressive mindset And a shaka-laka, boom shaka-laka. And a lot of local businesses lost their jobs as his company expanded. That's why there's a bright red metaphorical target painted on the backs of every Lorelei. But you've never done anything. Owen shrugged again. People don't see it that way. With a dismissive sigh, he swung his bag over his shoulder and sent me a refreshing grin. Anyway, a lot of anyways happening. Enough with all this depressing talk. I'm getting tired of my own voice. What's the plan for tonight? Takeout is my only option. Is there anything you want in particular? I stared at my water bottle thoughtfully. Owen seems adamant about staying put, but that doesn't seem like the best way to go. A small plan started to form in my mind. Takeout sounds boring. Isn't there a park near around Dairy Street? How about you go wait for me there and I'll grab us some food. It'll be like a little picnic. Owen pondered that for a moment. That's not a bad idea. The weather's pretty nice for a picnic. What kind of food are you getting? It's a surprise. Just wait for me. Is he gonna go to the cafe? Yay! He went to the cafe! I arrived at the cafe with a huff and looked around curiously. Where is Sissel? Maybe he's taking a break right now. Damn it, I wanted to talk to him. Suddenly, a huge hulking rabbit steps up behind the counter with a practiced grin on his face. Hello there, welcome to the cafe. My name's Herschel. I'm the boss around here. What can I get for you? I hurriedly gave him my order and glanced around the counter nervously. Say, is Sissel around? I wanted to talk to him. Oh, you're one of his friends. I thought she'd seen you around here before. Sissel's out back. I'll go get him for you. I'm right here, boss. Yo, John, I thought I'd see you around here today. How's Owen doing? He's doing better. How'd you know I was with Owen? Sissel shrugged nonchalantly. Miss Corliss yaks a lot when she's worried, and I figured you'd end up finding him. Well, she's worried for a good reason. Owen always gets mopey this time of year, can't really blame him, though. Speaking of which, I've got something for him. Sissel ducked behind the counter and handed me a small pastry box. With just a sniff, I could tell it's heavy with sweet, sugary, and handmade baked goods. Owen's got a mad sweet tooth. He'll like these. Tell Owen to stop being such a shit and lighten up. Aw, it's fucking weird to see him sappy and sad. I must have been grinning awfully hard because Sissel's face began flushing with an indignant red. Aw, you do care. Hey, Owen's still a jackass, but we were friends once. Take care of him for me, will you? Yeah, I'll do my best. I think your sweets will make him really happy. Sissel groaned and rolled his eyes. I'm sure he'll be unsufferably smug for the next few days, too. Herschel suddenly clears his throat sharply and gives the two of us a worried look. I'd hate to butt in on your personal matters, but be careful around that Lorelei kid, will you? You're all good friends and I get that, but the family's just bad news. Hey, Owen's not like the other Loreleis at all. Gotta agree with him, boss, for once. Owen's always been just Owen to me, not Lorelei. So shut the hell up, boss. Damn! Damn! Jeez, your kids are so snappy these days. I'm just telling you to be careful, that's all. Trouble tends to follow the family whether they like it or not. I'll admit Owen's not half bad. Still tempted to snap him like a twig, though. Sissel groaned and punched his boss on the shoulder. Are you ever gonna let that go? I perked up with a renewed interest. What were they talking about? I feel like I'm missing some part of the conversation. Herschel must have noticed my inquisitive look because his smirk widened as if readying for a punchline. Sissel, he dumped ya! Nobody dumps my boy without some pain! Oh, what? I gawked between the two of them, my mind whizzing at this new information. At this point, Sissel's face was glowing cherry red. Boss, we never dated! Then what would you like to call it, friends with benefits? We were young and stupid and that was years ago! Oh shit, I did not know this! Herschel was practically wheezing with laughter, steadying himself with one arm on the counter. Sissel retorted by smacking the back of his head with a tray. And you youngsters are a riot! Oh, you're getting a kick out of this, aren't you? John, what are you looking at? Don't give me that look. Don't you have to get back to Owen? But I could practically feel the heat of embarrassment radiate off Sissel as he shoved me at the door. Ow, ow, ow! Get out of here! Wow, I did not know that. That's interesting, and this looks like New York now. By the time I get back to Dairy Street Park, the sun had begun to set and the air began to chill. Ugh, I wish I could have jogged faster. Owen, you there? I jumped as a prone figure on a nearby park bench suddenly sat up and stretched. John, what took you so long? Owen must have dozed off to sleep because his jacket was all wrinkled and slid halfway up his stomach. I got myself staring and flushed before tearing my eyes away. Sorry, there were a few distractions. Anyway, I got us lunch. Dinner? Owen gave a playful shrug as they sat down next to him and passed him a lunch bag. It's pretty late, so dinner sounds about right. Oh, you brought dessert too. I heard you had a bit of a big sweet tooth. Owen was already wolfing down the cookies like a savage. Hell yeah, I do! Who could resist the temptation of sweets? I'm sure Philip would say something along the lines of, nonsense, sugar is bad for you. He literally said sugar's bad for you once. I think it's only because cats don't taste sweetness. It's kind of sad, actually. Whatever, more for me! Thanks for getting these, John. I filled it with my own lunch/dinner as I watched Owen literally inhale his own. Why else they eat so much and manage to keep fit? Sissel's spoiling him. Oh, that's right. Sissel's the one that made these sweets for you. Owen suddenly froze mid-chew and said to me with wide eyes. Sissel did? Why would you do that? He called you a jackass, but you were still a good friend. Owen gulped down his mouthful of pastries and flushed pink. Sissel said that? Well, tell him I said thanks. Oh, come on, Owen. You can tell him yourself. I'm sure you two can patch things up and be best buds again. Owen pretended to wipe his mouth, but I could tell he was hiding a small, hopeful smile. My curiosity was almost irresistible at this rate. So, what's this I've heard about you and Sissel dating? Owen nearly choked on his food. He grabbed water and gulped it down thoughtfully. We weren't dating, exactly. I gave Owen a nosy look and then said, go on. Oh, that said, go on. Well, it was more of a relationship via convenience more than anything else. Definitely nothing romantic. We were just two lonely, love-starved idiots that, I didn't mean to skip past that, who clung on to whoever we had. Don't get me wrong, we were good friends back in the day, too. Owen paused, and there was a heavy, unspoken but hanging in the air. I hate those hanging butts. Then what happened? I got selfish. Owen finished off his food and began gulping down his water bottle. He avoided my stare. Looks like that was all I was going to get out of him for now. Another silence hung between us as I slowly finished off my sandwich. It was getting a bit awkward, really. At times like this, the best way to break silence is with the blunt force approach. So, how was Sissel in bed? Water actually shot out Owen's nose as he struggled to catch his breath from laughing. Where the hell did that come from? I sent him a sly grin. Hey, I was just genuinely curious. You seem to be an experienced kind of guy. Is this whole thing just a big ploy to ask if I'm available? Maybe. I'll leave that for you to decide. Yes, to both questions. Does it bother you I've been with someone before? No, not really. You had a life before you met me, so I was kind of expecting it. Why, are you going to propose to me again? Who knows? I'll have to think of something more exciting than just shouting marry me to you, though. Enough about me. What about you, John? Owen elbowed me playfully with a wink. Any past exploits you want to tell me about? Well, oh my, is someone rather inexperienced? If you want, I'd love to show you what I've learned on my experiences sometimes. I don't think... My face was probably redder than the sunset above us as I tried to change the subject. Owen could only laugh with a knowing look as I hid my face behind a lunch bag. Aww. Redder than my shirt. And you said I was experienced. Owen paused for a moment as he glanced around the park. Oh man, is it nighttime already? We've been chatting for a while, haven't we? Time really flies when you're having fun. Time's fun while you're having flies. Jokes! Owen hopped off the park bench and helped me to my feet. It's probably best we head back to the dorms. I'd hate for Mrs. Corliss to catch me past curfew again. About that, I kind of have somewhere private I need to go before heading back. Are you right with walking home alone? I'll be fine. You go on ahead. You sure? The city's not exactly the safest place after dark. Geez, thanks, Mom. I'm sure I'll manage. If you say so. I'll get going then. See you later, John. Well, shit, man. Nice talking to you, I guess. With that, Owen strolled down the park and disappeared from sight, leaving me alone in the darkening streets. I glanced around at my surroundings and shivered as the night air raked through my jacket. Didn't realize how creepy everything was after dark. I better get going. Damn. Turns out that my sense of direction died with the setting sun. I ended up walking in circles around the neighborhood and passed the same houses at least 3 times. It's already getting late. The sudden downpour of rain and thunder certainly didn't help my mood. If this was a horror movie, I'd be dead by now. My heavy, wet clothes clung to my skin as I shivered my way through the street again, glancing over my shoulder occasionally. Was it just my paranoia talking, or was there someone following me? No, there was definitely someone behind me. A tall, intimidating someone that I couldn't quite make out in the dark. Was it the Remnant again? Doesn't seem like it. The shadowy figure looked like it had arms. I gulped and began walking slightly faster. I was hit with a sudden realization that Hallie's not here to protect me again, and Echo's in no shape to help. I'll be fine, though. I can take care of myself, right? Pulling out my phone, I began scrolling through my contacts. I vaguely remember hearing somewhere that stalkers are less likely to attack someone in conversation on a phone. Praying that this was true, I dialed Owen's number. Shit, no answer. Does Owen still have his phone turned off? How about Sissel or Philip? I gritted my teeth and increased my walking speed, looking nervously over my shoulder. Shit, both my calls ended up in voicemail. The stalker began walking faster after me. What do I do? Here goes nothing. My hands clutched to my phone tightly and I punched in a random number. It had the city's area code, so I'd hopefully be someone nearby. I sighed a breath of relief when the call suddenly connected. I whispered desperately into the phone and before the other person could even say a word. Please don't hang up. Wowee, I knew Tara Margaret had it bad, but this is some next level desperation. The voice was deep, oh shit, deep and sleepy, with a touch of playfulness. The man answering probably just woke up. I'm not a telemarketer. Listen, I know it's weird, but I'm a kid alone in the streets in the middle of the night and there's some weird stalker following me. So I kind of panicked and punched in a random number. The man instantly sobered up, his voice turning serious. You alright, kid? Need me to call the police for you? No, I'm okay now. The stalker hasn't made any moves or anything. I don't exactly want to find out if he does, though. Could you stay on the line for me? Talking to someone helps me calm my nerves.
If you say so, kid. Name's Samuel, by the way. Hope you don't die, kid.
Thanks, I'm John. You know, for a rich neighborhood, Derry Street isn't really all that safe, is it?
You're on Derry Street?
Yeah, why? There's a suddenly bursting sounds on the other end of the phone. Hello? Samuel? Shit, don't hang up on me now. Lightning abruptly streaked across the sky, illuminating the street for a split second. With the unexpected light, I managed to get a clear view of my stalker. Good news, it wasn't the Remnant. Bad news, it was a guy wearing a ski mask. Fuck! Well, shit, that's usually not a good sign. Without a second thought, I hurtled down the street with the stalker hot on my heels. My heart was hammering against my chest, and I could feel my pulse rapidly through my clenched fists. There's nowhere to run. All these rich-ass houses are fenced off, and there's not another person in sight. Damn rich people and their fancy fenced asses. A door from a nearby house suddenly slammed open. A middle-aged man wove fiercely at me with one hand while the other pressed the phone against his ear.
Kid, John, get your ass over here!
There was a mechanic deep. Deep? What the fuck does a mechanic deep? As the house's fence unlocked. Oh, it must have been a beep. Several lights turned on. Well, at this point, I'll take what I can get. I raced through the open door and dashed towards the man. He ushers me inside and glares back out the door, searching for my pursuer. Well, shit! That's nice! Stumbling through the door and into the safety of the house, I leaned against the wall in exhaustion. Behind me, Samuel stood by the door and peered into the street with gritted teeth.
Damn bastard ran off. Shame, I wanted to wring his neck for going after a kid.
Speaking of which, you doing okay? I'm a bit better. I struggled to catch my breath to take in my surroundings. It's a nice looking house. It's a nice large house, but rather modest for something in the rich neighborhood. Everything's so damn clean, though. Finally able to breathe normally, I turned around and faced Samuel. Thanks for saving my ass. Oh, who the hell is this solid snake-looking motherfucker?
No need for thanks. I don't think I could sleep at night if I left a kid on the streets with a creeper. What's wrong, kiddo? Cat got your tongue?
You're in your boxers.
Sorry about that. You caught me at an awkward time.
Samuel smirked as he shut the front door behind him.
I usually sleep nude, but I figured I should make a decent first impression. What, you disappointed?
Not at all. Or maybe I was lying just a little. Samuel was probably middle-aged, probably in his late 30s or early 40s, but it definitely didn't show. He wore a rather ruggedly boyish face that held a certain kind of charm to it. His body shared that charm, too. Catching myself staring again, my face grew embarrassingly heated as I awkwardly looked out the window. The rain's coming down even harder now at the harsh lighting streak across the sky.
I'd offer to give you a ride back home, but my car's busted at the moment.
Samuel glanced at the dark, cloudy sky with a frown.
It's not safe for you to be outside in this weather, either. If you don't mind staying over at a stranger's house, you're welcome to spend the night here. I'm the only one living here at the moment, so there's plenty of room.
That'd be great. Thank you so much, sir. Is this the fucking butler? Did I just manage somehow to get the butler's fucking number?
Just call me Samuel. Sir just reminds me I'm getting old. Anyway, you're free to use the guest room upstairs. Make sure you call your parents or something and let them know you're here. I'll be in the room across from yours if you need anything.
Thank you. Well, that's nice. My phone speakers nearly split open from Mrs. Corliss's worried shrieking. You were chased? Do you need me to call the police or at least get you a ride home? No, I'm fine, Mrs. Corliss. No need to worry. One of the neighbors found me and offered me to let me stay here for the night. You probably shouldn't be out in this weather anyhow. Oh, that's a relief. I'm just glad you're safe. Oh, I'm honestly surprised someone was generous enough to lend you a hand on Derry Street of all places. I'm with you on that note. This neighborhood doesn't seem like the friendliest place, to be honest. This man doesn't have to be named Samuel Clark, does he? Yeah, he is. Do you know him from somewhere? Ah, Samuel was one of my students a very long time ago. God bless his kind heart. I'll sleep better at night knowing you're in the capable hands. I'll sleep better at night knowing you're in capable hands, John. Same here. Sorry to call and wake you up so late at night. It's no trouble at all. There is also something I'd like to inquire, John. Should I be concerned or flattered that, when asked to call for your parents for safety reasons, you chose to call me instead? I'll go with flattered. The phone was silent for a moment. I could almost imagine Mrs. Corliss give me a reluctant nod. All right, just know that if you ever need someone to speak to, I will be there. Good night, John. I'll expect you to see you in school tomorrow. Night. I clicked my phone shut and sighed. It feels weird being in someone else's home like this, but at least it's relatively safe. Samuel seems like a decent guy. I'm lucky I ran into him.
You called?
Ah! Samuel, sorry, I didn't see you there.
It's fine. I can't blame you for being jumpy after what happened. Anyway, I figured you'd want to be dressed for bed, so I got you some clothes to borrow for the night. The shower's upstairs, too, if you want to clean up a bit before bed.
Samuel handed me a neatly folded t-shirt and shorts. Man, this guy is nice! Wow, you think of everything. Thanks, man. I was surprised to find the clothes to be my size. They look clean, but well used. Hey, Samuel, do you have a kid or something? He spluttered in surprise for a moment.
Me? With a kid?
I kind of thought since you had these clothes...
No, those belong to my employer's kid. I used to take care of him here in this house. Is this the butler? Believe it or not, I'm actually a butler! I fucking called it!
I couldn't help but snort in disbelief. Samuel shot me an indignant look. You're a butler? You sure don't look the part. Aren't they supposed to be all refined and elegant?
Hey, cut me some slack, kid. Nobody looks like anything when they're just in boxers.
Except hot, I thought inwardly. I must have said something out loud before because Samuel suddenly smirked in amusement.
I'll take that as a compliment, kiddo, but you're a bit young for me.
My face was instantly dried and heated red as I excused myself upstairs to get changed. I could use a cold shower, too. Aw, son, nizzity snap! I yawned long and hard as I stepped into the hallway. And we'll find out what's down that hallway on the next episode. Thank you all very much for watching this episode of Repeat. On the next episode, we'll be returning to the normal half-hour format because it's gonna be different from here on out. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I have been the trained unprofessional speaking for the voices in my head. When I say until next time, fare thee well. Bye, everyone!